Welcome back to Canonymous. Justin Trudeau is a liar. We know it, and he's going to show it in this series of clips from his foreign interference testimony we're about to break down. Just a quick, if you don't know, Justin Trudeau is testifying about how much he knew and ignored about foreign interference from China. Let's get into it.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
Lord have mercy, he's already done. I'm kidding, but not really.
Every briefing I've ever got from all my intelligence and security experts is that those elections were indeed free and fair.
Free and fair because it worked out in your favor.
We started from a standing start. We created the National Security Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians. We created NSIRA. We moved forward with the rapid response mechanism, and we've continued to do more.
You can see how his statements come off that he's done so much to increase the security of Canadians, to increase protective measures that keep Canadians safe. But then he goes on to say, I wasn't briefed on this or that or the other.
These are briefing notes that I never saw.
The way the Prime Minister says it works is that he has somebody get briefed and then they brief him. So he never actually reads anything or knows the complete story. But then you have situations like this come up, it's easy, plausible deniability to just blame the messenger. Well, the person who's supposed to brief me didn't brief me on this thing, and blame the guy. I understand there's so many things the Prime Minister has to take care of, but someone has to be blamed for this idiocy, and it should be the Prime Minister. Perhaps you need better briefers.
This reporting of an expressed preference by certain PRC officials for a Liberal minority, was that something of which you were aware at the time?
No.
So that little section that she just brought up right now, it talks about how the People's Republic of China, the PRC, favor a particular type of government, namely a liberal minority one, where which they would not get necessarily pro-China laws, even though Trudeau has stated that he is, an admirer of the Chinese dictatorship. Anyways, but there wouldn't be an anti-China laws, right? So there wouldn't necessarily be pro-China laws, but there wouldn't be anti-China laws, which Trudeau denies knowing of this particular part, that this is what the PRC wanted. And there was a big push for Han Dong in sort of trying to implement this tactic that the PRC has. So Han Dong to become a MP of Don Valley North.
I asked the extent to which they were certain that it happened, the extent to which they were certain that China was indeed behind the mobilizing of the bus or buses. And I also asked whether or not CSIS had information that Han Dong knew about this. And the answers were not clear from CSIS at that point.
So what they're talking about there is basically that China got a bunch of people to back Han Dong. We're talking like buses are filled with people to support him, to vote for him. Trudeau says that's not an uncommon thing in the political world to have buses for a particular riding or for huge supporters. And also Han Dong claims to have not known any of this as well. Even with all of this, Han Dong, though, is still MP of Don Valley North. He was formerly a Liberal. He is now an independent. Now, this doesn't take away from the fact that there was a bunch of information that Trudeau didn't want us to see, and that, I believe it was CSIS that came out and said that, hey, some of the stuff didn't need to be hidden from the public. It just made it look better for Trudeau if it was. There's way more to come out today. It should be Friday when I'm releasing this, and there's 3 hours of footage that I'm still going through, and a lot of BS in between it, plus whatever's about to come up. So it should be interesting. Like, subscribe, and look out for more. This is going to be a wild one.